enough just keeping an eye on this. Also, we can hide the season 3 thing there. Yeah. Alright. So, surf's up, 2v2. Don't need to see my face for this, so you can actually see what's going on. Got Trionega hosting with BP versus AOD and CriticalMeds. A lot of these players, usually not regulars. I'd say the most regular player of this thought is possibly Trionega, maybe AOD. And we got AOD on the top left. We got CriticalMeds bottom left. In the bottom right we got BP, and the top right we got Trionega. Obviously Meds had a slight Conyard move. The bottom left spawn and top right spawn has so much more tip than the bottom right and top left. Like, holy crap. We got BP sending out some immediate flamer scouts. Nice. Meds getting some grands out. Seeing pretty standard openers from players. AOD on the top left, you'd expect him to be the most familiar with this map. He did make it. He's crawling towards the middle. Meanwhile, BP getting 2 refs in the bottom field. Meds looking to do the same. And it looks like Trionega went for a second ref on this field. This field here and this field here are the smallest ones on the map, and they don't have tube trees, so this will mine out relatively quick. And it looks like Meds is pushing down along the bottom with his refineries. He's got 3 refs. He's taking advantage of this huge tip field. Seeing a slight grand push here into BP. BP is not holding it. He might lose this. He might lose this. Manages to hold it off. Refs inactive. 3 refs in this field. Back here, AOD managed to get a cheeky mini gunner. And we're seeing the Orca coming out from Trionega, or the Apache. It's going to help against the double Gren force here. 4 refs here from AOD, neatly placed. 2 in the back, 1 in the middle, 1 there. Trionega using his Apache against AOD's Grens. While down here we got Meds doing more Gren pushing. BP having a hard time holding this. Especially as Meds crawls in down along the bottom into him. He's now up to 5 ref. He's gonna lose this refinery. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. Oh, and he gets it. Meanwhile on the top we got Trionega pushing into AOD here, using the Apache against the infantry. This is a good move. Also blocking this crawl, very important. Wants to try and deny the expansion up here for AOD. And we're seeing BP coming out down here on the bottom. Gonna put on some pressure. See the medium tank starting to come out here now from AOD. Meanwhile Meds is stuck on Gren only. Yeah, BP wants to not get surrounded by these Grens, lose all of his buggies. This is going to be very difficult for Nod to hold against. GDI starts building into you, you're going to panic. Gets the turret up to try and help deal with this. I'd like to see some bikes coming out from Trionega to deal with these. Needs to be careful. If he spams infantry here, the guard tower is going to eat it up. Just manages to push straight on through with the buggies. He's going to get the war factory with the Apache. Oh, Trionega. Nicely done. Just skip straight past this. Meanwhile, down the bottom left, we got BP. Got a couple of buggies sitting idle here. Almost lost the Conyard, but managed to hold it. AOD, meanwhile, pushing on the hard lines here. He's going to push him back some more. Lost the ref. This is quite big. It's going to damage his eco. He's now stuck on these 4 fields. We're seeing BP trying to bring back his forces here and hold the line. War factory up for Meds, starting to crank out the medium tanks. Apache here getting some good value from Trionega. That's a very ballsy war factory from AOD. He deserves to lose this straight away. Down it goes. Gets the cell. On the bottom, meanwhile, we have BP coming in with the Flamer and Buggy push. Fortunately, it's not quite going to be enough against this amount of tanks. Meds now has 2 ore factories. There's not much that's going to be able to help BP out here. Trionega, meanwhile, is holding up top okay. He looks like he's going to skip straight on past, go for the Conyard, get some flamers here for defense. And it looks like AOD and BP are going to be the first ones out. But it's not over yet. Although, yeah, okay. With this force attacking from the bottom from AOD as well as here, this is definitely dead. A couple of light tanks coming up from BP, but I'm afraid it's going to be not enough to take on the medium tanks and meds. Trionega's got idle units back here. He's struggling to keep this alive. Pulling the buggies back now. Down goes the ref. He's doing all he can to hold this. And we're seeing the tanks of meds coming up here to help support AOD in taking out Trionega. It's the real threat right now. BP meanwhile has a couple of light tanks here with some minigunners. Could do some damage. Getting the squishes in. I'm afraid this is looking dire for Team Trionega BP. Man's attacking from the top as well as he comes in here on the bottom. Trionega doing all he can to try and stay alive here, but it's not looking too good. I'm afraid this looks like it's going to be GG. I think Team AOD and Meds is going to take this. It looks like Team CriticalMeds going to finish up here. Going in for the last ref. And that's GG. Well played, boys.
Battle control terminated.
Need to reset internet, be back in 10. No worries, dude. No worries.